reactions on YouTube, and therefore.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
were
my
you
quantum
supposed to,
hyper pro.
Involved in the device.
It is a day. It is a wonderful day. I went through a walk in the woods, and now it's time to. It gave me the time to clear my mind and clear my brain to realize that yes, the slave market does exist, and not realizing it after 5 hours of gameplay. And let's hope that we can fight back the unbidden in some way, shape, or form. Because as soon as they go tag your it on one of our worlds, it's poof, all the pops are gone.
So, you are joined by the wonderful Mark from the Templin Institute. Hello, Mark.
Hello.
How are you?
Awful. As said, it's 6 a.m. But unlike some people, I didn't get to go for a walk in the woods or whatever you were talking about. I went for a walk downstairs. But thanks to my Monster Energy Zero Ultra, I think I'm good to go. Revving on all cylinders. Let's do this.
Perfect. So, Team 2. We have the wonderful Stefan behind the controls. Say hello, Stefan.
Howdy.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Oh, I
How's our
apologize.
empire?
I've introduced you wrong. You're not Stefan. You are, in fact, Zephan.
What?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I am
and
Zephan, and I represent the hive mind.
And you're joined by the wonderful folks from Door Monster. Hello there, Door Monster.
Hello.
Greetings. My name is
We're really
Zachel.
doing this.
I'm Zriki. We invented scissors last night. What did you do? All you talk about is tea, but we are drinking Zoffi.
I am drinking tea. Zasmine tea from Japan.
Have you seen Japan?
I have partaken in the delicious liquids made to quench the thirst of our material bodies.
Oh, 0 calories.
0 calories. My body will not grow.
Excellent. My flesh prison is far too large.
I too wish to reduce the size of my flesh prison to nothing.
Have any of you seen the Shroud? I miss it.
I too miss the Shroud.
I'm gonna level, DJ. I'm gonna level with you.
Yeah.
When I wrote the background for this empire, this was not the way I imagined it manifesting, but I'm pleased.
Yep, I'm very okay with this. So, Fred, can you please continue introducing the teams? Because unfortunately, we are still having technical issues, and I'm going to go and try and deal with those.
Of course. Well, alongside the Imperium, we have a mega corporation that works in very close concert with them. We have the Imperial Chocolat Covenant. Would you please introduce yourselves?
Hello, I'm Winter of the Imperial Chocolat Covenant, the Chief Executive Chocolotologist, the CEC, joined by my COC, the Chief Operating Chocolotologist, MaxTheCatfish, who's also administrating your entire galaxy, by the way. So just saying that. After yesterday and great success and all the drama of Elgate Gate, we have received, and I'm very excited to say, we're nearly complete with our Dyson Sphere program, which, and if you guys are interested in forming relationships across the galaxy, maybe we can get you in on the ground floor, an early access sort of deal with that. But I'm excited to help the Emperor deal with his crisis. And Max, if you could tell us more. And the Zoomans, we have a little bit of information for the Zoomans while their flesh prisons are still intact.
That's right. We've recently actually made connection with the Shroud, and in fact, this entire time have been living on what we might believe is the connection between you and your home world, which has been wonderful for us.
We just learned this like 7 hours ago.
We've taken the entire planet, we've turned it into to plantations where we grow chocolate for the Emperor himself, and it's been quite lucrative for us over the last few years here. It's been absolutely wonderful. You'll find floating over the planet 4 wonderful dragons guarding it as well. So, enjoy.
Dragons?
Wow.
Sorry, I have to jump in. Max, we need to do a rehost, and what we're going to do is we're going to get Cletus to join before everybody
Max
else.
wears a lot of hats.
Okay,
So I'm
sounds
really
good.
sorry,
Yeah.
Max. Could you
Okay.
jump down into Team
I will-
5 for the
I
time
will
being?
quit. I'll jump down. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that's fine. Well, we still need to introduce everyone. And in
carry on.
fact, the Imperial Chocolat Covenant was addressing the Zoomin Overmind. Zoomins, would you please do us all the pleasure of introducing yourselves?
I believe the other direction is where we're going. They introduced.
Well, okay.
I would
introduce themselves, Fred.
Is it customary to? I am once again Ricky. I know that the flesh mind is not very strong, so you might have forgotten.
I'm Rachel. For those of you whose flesh minds have let loose that information,
It's okay. We
Don't-
forgive you.
don't be ashamed. We understand the pains of being imprisoned.
Well, I was talking about like the background of the Empire a little bit, obviously, but that's okay. I wanted everyone to become acquainted with like who your Empire is and what it is precisely that you do.
We're looking for friends, but mostly the Shroud. We used to live on the Shroud. It was a good time.
We were connected to the Zive mind.
We were all one in non-flesh or corporeal forms and didn't deal with things like matter.
But the humans have given us material forms, and I cannot say that we enjoy them.
No.
But they probably had a good reason for doing it.
I'm sure
Nobody enjoys it. That's normal.
I'm sure that if we continue our galactic reign of gift baskets and friend making, that one day we'll find the Shroud again.
I do greatly desire to be reunited with the Shroud, but you know, I trust the humans mostly. So
Right. I think that they are wonderful, and that this curse of a body will be for the long run better. We'll be stronger in the Shroud together.
yes, we
For
will
it.
appreciate the true unity that exists within the Zive mind, within the Shroud.
The Shroud has no time. We are timeless, but my body ages very rapidly. Please hurry, humans. Help us find the Shroud.
My body is experiencing zallergies, and I
Do you
wish for
need-
this to stop.
Do you need more gift baskets?
We
Trust
have
can be
cheese.
a beautiful thing. We have, of course, 3 other empires alongside them, and in fact, the Zoomins are in a federation with the next empire. We have some rogue servitors. Would you call yourselves out?
Yeah, we're Team 4. Spiff and I, we are the refuge. We look after all the organics who will join us in testing the final computer game we currently have in development. Soon, once we've accumulated enough QA testers and we've perfected the perfect game, we will release it to the galaxy, and there will be much rejoicing. But until then, you must stay in your bio chambers and continue testing the game.
There will be no need for any other games or fun after the release of our ultimate game. It is going to be amazing, and it will just work.
What kind of game is it?
Well, it's
all
40% more
games.
game than the last game, and 7% more speed of gameness than the previous game, as well as 12 times the detail of the previous game as well.
Does it have a
Wow.
name?
Yog Ventures 5
Adventures 5
is the
the
working
greatest
title.
game the galaxy will ever see. And we just invite you all to come join us. Get involved. Download the beta. Get in the QA development team. We've got lots of space on our planets for you to join us. It's going to be amazing.
Now, in this Southern Federation, the Happy... Oh, what is the Federation name again? It's the Happy Friendly Neighbors. That's what it is. I believe?
Yeah, we've joined.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one. We've joined all of our neighbors into a friendly federation.
Mm-hmm.
Because why fight?
Right. And in that Federation, the third member is the Avarian Alliance, a rather odd addition, but you know what? I'm interested to hear from them.
So, we came from far, and we have visited the other colonies around us and see them evolve in a kind of, we thought it was a system. We thought everything was programmed, and I've seen from far how other species have evolved, and now our time to rise has come, and to make sure that we will still keep the simulation run and live forever within it.
Yeah, the death games that you perform are rather brutal and unpleasant, and your nihilism is, like, the way that you interpret your nihilism is rather disturbing, but I'll be frank, your monster truck shows are amazing.
Thank you very much. I would not recommend to call it brutal. It's rather our way of life that makes us interesting and good to watch, so don't forget about us.
I don't think we could forget about you. We have one more empire, and they are on the other side, up on the northern side, actually just to the north of the Avarians. Would you please introduce yourselves? Are they here? Uh-oh. I think that they're the ones that are currently getting themselves sorted. So it's okay.
It's that space internet, man, that we were just discussing. They've got space dial-up. It's got to be the problem.
I mean, that's still wired. Though I guess dial-up really wasn't terribly reliable, was it?
Well, see, they're on a phone call, which is why they can't be here. They can't do both at the same time in space. It just doesn't work.
Okay, makes sense. Well, don't worry. They will be here very shortly. We're just getting the game set up right now as we're introducing everyone. First day, Simus, the first day was intense. I feel like all of our empires, all of our human-controlled empires managed to put themselves in pretty decent positions at the very least, whether they were taking power for themselves or being brought under the wing of a larger empire or federation. Everyone is, at the very least, internally prospering, but at the very end yesterday, this isn't planned, by the way. Like, we have no way to control the spawns of the crises. The crisis spawned in perhaps the most inopportune location possible. And now the empires of the galaxy are desperately trying to get themselves into a position to resist the onslaught of the unbidden, brought about, well, somebody researched jump drives. I'm not gonna say who, but somebody.
Some people research jump drives, and some people research these side jump drives as well, which is why I think that it spawned where it spawned. But you are right that a lot of the empires are certainly in a very good place when it comes to the size of their territory, the amount of planets that they have, and their economic strength. But I will say that there are a number of empires that have negative resources on some of their resources, whether that be food, amenities, consumer goods, or even energy credits, which, in my opinion, energy credits being rather important, especially if you're going to be able to afford a fleet to defend yourselves against the unbidden.
I will say that with the new patch, resource management is a lot trickier. I'd say it's a lot easier to go into the red on a particular resource. Maybe it's just because when I was playing, I wasn't used to the way that all the resources are generated now and the way that districts have been redone. But I feel like with the way things are now, it's very easy for things to go pear-shaped very quickly, just from one or two slight missteps, and it can be expensive to correct those mistakes.
Well, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm infallible. I certainly have my share of, whenever I play the game, I certainly have my share of negative income, whether that's from energy, minerals, or, well, usually I play as robots, so I don't have to worry about meat bags and feeding them or giving them cell phones to make them happy. But I do have my fair share of negative income every once in a while because I love to play tall, so I really enjoy the science builds, which require a lot of resources and negative energy credits if you really want to go hard in it.
Right. You end up selling a lot of resources in order to sort of keep your economy going. And while it seems inefficient on the surface, you can absolutely make it work. Especially if you are pushing your research really hard early on to get technologies to help you balance your economy. And we have Zephon,
Yes.
who has been really demonstrating some of the ways to mess with this new patch. Immediately, something that we noted within the first 10 years of play, he was stacking research labs. And the amount of research that he was pumping out was ridiculous, to the point that he was many times outpacing everyone else, at the very least in terms of the diplomatic impact. That pretty much is just a measure of how much research he had going. And pretty much all of the problems that he was having getting everything set up was solved by technologies that he was researching.
He certainly did do a lot for technology. In fact, I had noticed now every empire has empire sprawl, and there are ways to relieve this issue, or at least to make it easier on your empire just by increasing it. Every empire starts with a building that gives you more empire sprawl limit, more administrative capacity. And he removed the building and built science instead. So I found that interesting, and you were right that science can solve a lot of problems. However, I don't think it can solve administrative capacity, not without trying to get the technology for it.
He was able to find a way to make it worth it. So even though his sprawl was absolutely like going wild, he could solve it with some technologies, and the research that he was generating outpaced those penalties. So while he was suffering in some places, he was thriving in others. Stellaris is a game about balance, and that doesn't mean that you have to have everything balanced on the fulcrum. Sometimes if you just spin it really fast, you can make things work.
You are right about balance, but let's talk about an empire who was making things imbalanced. I would like to talk about the Avarians, and they're essentially gunning for the L gates. I wonder if we could get maybe a word from the Avarian Empire and why they were going so hard for those L gates.
I'm not really sure if I'm ready to talk about these things with you, but I'd rather say we're just trying to make sure that people around us won't forget that we are the most interesting part to visit and watch and see. And don't forget to look at our empire rise, and please don't turn it off.
Well, I mean, you've been very entertaining. Don't worry. It's been
Great.
very
Thank
interesting.
you very much. We really enjoy that. And please keep telling everyone that we are just doing everything to make sure that it's a lot of fun for you.
Well, I won't lie that while we were casting that match, I would constantly go back to your empire to see how much closer you were to those L gates, because everyone else had 0 to 1 of those insights, and yet you were at 4 and then 5 in a very short period of time. So you were definitely an empire to keep watching.
Thank you very much. We're really excited to hear that from you. Thank you.
Well, I'd say that the most shocking moment, besides the spawning of the crisis so early at almost the earliest possible date, so DJ was talking to us a little bit about the changed mechanics of the crisis and how he adjusted the start date and what that meant mathematically for when it could spawn. It could have spawned in 2315. That was the 2315 January 1st. That was the earliest date that it could have spawned. It spawned less than 3 years after that. So I think it's because... No, I was saying that somebody was researching jump drives, but when I say somebody, I mean at least half of the galaxy was researching jump drives.
I mean, who wouldn't? Anytime I play the game, the moment jump drives becomes available, even though it's a dangerous technology, I always go for it because I'll take the gamble on when or where that crisis will spawn, because the technology of jump drives is just so powerful. It negates the need for, well, it doesn't completely negate the need for gateways, but it's certainly an incredible technology to have.
Mm-hmm. It's the mobility that it provides is intense, to say the least. And it's like, especially for the power it demands, with the strength that it provides, it's negligible at that point. It is something you can absolutely deal with.
That is very true. Let's talk about the next empire. I was very curious as to the thoughts behind the Chocolotologists and their... Bless you.
Have you ever
and their
seen...
expansion? They had a lot of territory that they had up for grabs, and they let the AI sneak past their borders and take it from them, only to then have to later go to war for it. Chocolotologist, I would like to hear what your thoughts on this is.
Well, there were some diplomatic channels with the illustrious Emperor where we proposed a war against what is now known as the Moby Dicks in order to attain some of that territory. The Emperor, in all his infinite wisdom, said that it was not quite time for that activity, so we, of course, respected that decision. And we really focused on our own economy.
Winter, please, I need to butt in, sorry. Right, okay, details are up now, you can join the game. I'm really sorry, everybody. We found
you
out
can fill
what
like
the
20
problem
more
was.
minutes. You need...
Yeah, no, you don't need to. We have found the problem. The details are up. Please join the game, and let's get going, everybody. I am really, really sorry, but we've solved it.
And we will now melt across the galaxy. The end. All right, tune in.
I will never forget the first time that I had really good drinking chocolate. It was a magical experience. This has nothing to do with Stellaris. I just love it.
Right, so, game players, disappear to your channels, casters, go to the casting channel. We'll go to a transmission incoming, and then very...
People can't hear me. They can hear me now. So, well, don't worry, guys. We were just lamenting the technical situation.
Give me a sec.
Max!
I know. I did not think this was going to be my role here.
You are the chief operating officer of the whole galaxy.
Of the whole galaxy. Crazy. It's all good, though. We're fine. We're fine. I just want to make sure this is right. Okay, we're waiting for sure, Joka.
I did appreciate, I don't know if you were in on that call, but she's like, I don't know what happened yesterday, but you guys should really be excited for what happens today. Because obviously, I don't think she was leading it yesterday.
Oh man. All right, let's I'm going to get you on the screen really quick.
Yeah, we got a Dyson sphere. Well, most of a Dyson. We do have. Are we waiting to accept people in? Is that your job too?
Yes, that is also my responsibility.
Let me in!
I'm wearing a bajillion. Let me in! Oh man. Gotta get your chroma key back.
Or we'll be showing the stream what we got.
Yeah, please.
My work here is far from complete, but it definitely is well underway. as the sails are sucked in from their outer orbit to the inner sphere.
And Winter, when you have a second. Oh.
Via
can you
gravity
give me
beams
the
or some
green,
shit.
The color green. It's 504 something.
Can I grab the color green? What did you say?
Can you give me the color green of your chroma?
Oh.
Your chroma
What
key?
chroma?
Sorry.
Of course.
I know.
My razor chroma?
That's the one.
It is green. Okay, one second. That's not Stellaris? No. That was the Dyson Sphere program underway in our empire.
Thank you.
I do have to say the Dyson Sphere in Stellaris does look pretty amazing as well. And I'm excited to see it when you let me in.
Oh, all right. I think we're in a better place now. Sorry, folks. This has been something else. We'll make the best of it.
We will rule this galaxy or see
That's
it
right.
melted to chocolate before us. Or something like that. But first we do to the slime pits.
That's right. So the
Emperor made a
headed for the slime
plea.
pits.
He made a plea at the end of the rudely interrupted call. He tried to rally the galaxy in defense of the slime pits. What did
And
they
I
put in
think
the pits? I don't know.
If I heard correctly, the entire galaxy has been called as a galactic goal.
Yes.
So
just like
to kill the unbidden.
Yeah.
Maybe not kill them.
We will send our dragon fleet. Oh yeah, I got the best name for our 4th dragon.
Okay.
All right, Chocolate Rain.
Dude, somebody suggested that in my chat as well.
It might be
I don't
the
know
same
if it's the same person. That's hilarious. Let's do it.
All right.
That sounds great.
You know
That sounds
exactly
great.
what. Yeah. All right, we have that will give us Fondoom.
Fondoom. Yep.
There's
Sweet Toothless.
Of course.
What was the third? I thought we had 2. Oh gosh, I don't remember.
Well, we'll find out soon.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you see the whole galaxy here. Oh, maybe I'm not supposed to. Oh. Don't.
Let's take a look and see what they're called. Cluster Fudge.
Oh, Cluster Fudge, of course.
Cluster Fudge. Yep.
Uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't click so much stuff as the game's loading.
Yeah, careful now. Chocolate Rain. I love it. Cluster Fudge. Yeah, that was the third. Awesome. Okay.
I can't tell if I actually have vision of the whole galaxy now, or... Do you have vision of the whole galaxy? Pretty much?
Well, kind of.
I don't... Okay, I don't see all the ships in the zoom-in over mine, so...
I don't either, but I do see 150,000 fleet power worth of ships in the heart of the Unbidden.
Okay, I think I'm on the correct vision here.
Okay. I'm not sure how that happened.
No, I have to pick which empire. Oh no! I joined the game and I'm lagging super hard again.
Are you?
Last time I joined the game and my stream
Yeah.
died and it's dying again.
Uh-oh.
Like, it's struggling.
Yeah.
It does seem... It happened last time when I had joined the game as well. I guess we try to ride it out.
Let me see if it's a network thing from my side. It shouldn't be. You said your stream is dying though.
Right now my stream's trying to go at 20k bitrate. I don't know. Oh, it looks like it's stabilized. All right, we wrote it out.
Okay,
it's a
good.
tropical lag
Good.
storm. All right. But it seems like it was having some issues with connecting. I blame you, Max, but that's okay.
Yeah. I'll take it. I can take it. Should we talk to the shroud, or to the unbidden, and see what's up? We actually have
How do we
one of
talk
the
to
unique
them?
abilities to do this because of our psionic ability.
Can we like tell
We
them
can
like,
ask-
yo, bro?
We can ask, are you from the shroud? Or tell us about yourselves. Help us understand you. Or we can just get
tell
out of
us
there and
about
not talk to you.
ourselves.
Yeah.
They're not near our space.
They say, understand this. You
And
are
then they
food."
flip us off. Oh, all right. Oh, well, that's even worse.
That's pretty much.
Max, gather the
Yes.
fleets to the slime
away.
pits. Maintain
They're heading
a
there
small patrolling force because the damn pirates keep ruining. Oh yeah, where's our
That's
our
right.
Dyson sphere? Oh, Chocolate Prime is becoming a very busy system. Wait.
Where is our Dyson sphere? Do you know where they put it?
Is that Sugalia? Oh, there's a Dyson sphere. Oh, they said it wasn't complete. That looks pretty complete to me. A fully operational Dyson sphere with 3,400 energy creds of production.
Sugalia? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just north of Chocolatus.
Whew, that is a complete Dyson. Oh wow.
I don't know
Okay,
if
here's
that
what
was
we're gonna do
intentional, but okay.
We're gonna buy just hundreds of thousands of alloys.
All right, build the fleet, spin it all up, spend all the building slots. Let's go. All right.
Oh my
God, a small loan of 3,400 credits per cycle.
So we'll just do a big across the board alloy production sweep.
Yeah, spin up production, send the aggressive fleets and the dragon fleet to the slime pits. We begin military production and we shore up industrial production as well in preparation for the unbidden and anything that is to come. And also give me more mega structures. I want one of everything.
More mega structures? You got
What
it.
other options do we have?
We're already building a science nexus, although we need another 15,000 alloys for that, which we may have
Make it happen.
soon. Make it happen. Let's see
Give
what
me
we can
some
do.
foundries.
Special project complete.
We'll enact the forge subsidies, which is going to give us increased output from our metallurgists.
Make it so. And then why not get a recycling campaign going? We have the credits. All right,
I believe we do. Yeah.
Just slap the credits on. How much do we have
the
of
economic?
Vespine?
We'll
we
switch
got
our
a lot of
economic
Vespine.
policy from. Let me see if we can do this.
A mega shipyard? A mega shipyard? Is that for Titans?
It is.
How do we
yes.
get the Colossus?
What's 25% of 140? That's 25. 35. We'd lose 35 consumer goods, and we'd gain double that amount in alloys with the militarized economy.
How much consumer goods? 25%?
We'd lose 35.
35%. But we can also enact the 10% with the recycling campaign. That gives us minus 10% upkeep.
I think so. Which one is that under?
It's one of the
trade
energy
policy?
creds on edicts.
Energy creds. Oh, we can only maintain one edict at a time.
But aren't those like different ones?
Let me see. What happens if we exceed edict capacity? Putting strain on our empire sprawl. We should be able to do this, actually.
We have the money.
Yeah.
All right, and also we don't. Did the Dyson sphere reduce our sprawl somehow? Like, we're at. Oh, we've got 100.
We built up our administrative planet.
Oh, we were
considerably
ready for
since
this.
then. We were
All
ready
right.
for this.
Yeah, activate the recycle. Yeah, all the campaign. It doesn't seem like it actually did anything. I'm pretty sure that it's different than an edict. Like it's different because look, it only says 1 out of 1. the top.
It will increase our sprawl. But
No, the
by
ones
how
that aren't
much?
influence.
That's right. Okay, the ones below. Got it.
Yeah, look at the top of the menu. It's just 1 out of 1.
So these are for war. They'll use our strategic resources, but they're temporary. So we can keep these in our back pocket until we do that. But we did enable the education campaign and recycling campaign for credits because we have apparently now infinite credits.
Yeah, keep spending. All right,
Yep.
spending spree. Buy minerals if you have to. We've got upgrades ready for the alloy foundries in the Chocolatist Prime system and all that shit. T-Splorp also has options. Just everything in the Chocolatist Prime system has need of upgrades. We got 6,000 minerals in the bank. If I know anything, I know what you need to spend your goddamn minerals. Let's get on it,
sorry,
man.
cut in.
Or not.
Max, can
Maybe.
you run the game to slowest game speed? And we're going to be having a council session because there is something very controversial happening in the middle of all of this, just to add to the fun.
Oh,
all right, sounds good.
Wait, on the Senate floor is 5-year plans, which the Empire opposes.
No, on the Senate floor is
ban organic slaves.
Trade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Are we pro
That's why we're
slaves?
calling.
I don't know if we're pro or anti-slavery.
Well,
to
the
be honest.
Empire is pro slaves, so
I think that means we're pro slaves.
I think we're pro slaves. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Yeah,
forward
sorry,
to that
Chet.
clip.
Oh God.
All right. I will bring our position. Well, it looks like they haven't quite yet called for the council session, but okay. Shore up all of our production across the board. Begin
Got it.
construction of a new fleet. I want 100,000 power in a fleet of our best ships.
Absolutely.
Jump on up when you can.
All right, and then we'll do that. And continue those efforts, even though it's in slower speed. There's still a lot of administrative stuff. We have
absolutely.
money. Spend it. I better not see over 5,000 minerals when I come back. All right? I don't want to see
You
it.
got it.
All right.
And we want one per
back with our first council session of day 2, and this is a huge one. We are voting on whether we want to ban organic slave trade galaxy-wide. And so without further ado, we will turn to the Divine Imperium for their say on this particular measure. Hello
Yes,
there, Emperor.
I am very happy to address this. Sorry. Yes, that's better. This is a very critical issue affecting the galaxy, but I think the real problem here is one of optics. Slaves has such a negative tone to it. Prisoners with jobs, people forced to do things and then provide shelter and food but not money. These are all much more wonderful ways to describe the current system on which our economy is based. We must preserve it. If we do not, then the galactic economy will struggle. Besides, for much of its history, we did not even know that the slave market existed, and now you would take it away from us? What is this? No, keep the slave trade, I say.
Fair, right. So, moving on immediately then to the Zuman Overmind.
We are already slaves to our own corporeal form. Could you imagine being further slaves within slaves? That would be like slaves. And we can't be about that.
That's dishonorable and unpleasant.
No one should have a
unfriendly.
corporeal form. We want to go back to the Shroud. And why would we want to stop other people from pursuing their dreams of the Shroud? You all dream of the Shroud, right? I dream of the Shroud.
I dream of the Shroud. They must.
We must ban organic slavery.
Yes, I agree.
We must also ban our own organic bodies. But that's a further council meeting.
Yes.
Okay. So, Team 3, the Imperial Chocolat Covenant.
The Imperial Chocolat Covenant heartily agrees with the Emperor that the optics of the slave trade are definitely not incredible. But we would like to, with your permission, Emperor, appeal to the Zuman Overminds. You say it's already a terrible existence in a flesh prison, correct? Yes. So, it is statistical fact that the flesh prisons of those we have called, in this terminology, slaves, have a shorter life expectancy than those of others. So therefore, we could band together and help free them of their prisons more quickly by maintaining the slave trade in the current status quo. I appeal to the Zumans and also the Emperor to respect this option for our mandatory servants. And with that, I think we should maintain the slave market as it is.
Someone
Zumans, are
give
you
this
with
man
me?
a medal.
Well, there we go. So, moving on to the Refuge. How does the Refuge feel about the organic slave trade?
Oh, the Refuge wholeheartedly agrees with the organic slave trade. The more available slaves are, the more we can bring them into our empire and show them a better life, playing our perfect games with their pampered existence. If we can't buy from the slave trade and release them into the glorious freedom of our compounds, then they'll be missing out on everything. Living in the Refuge is better than any other form of life. And if the slave trade means more people can live in the Refuge, then we fully support it.
That's fair. That's fair. So, Shijoka, Team 5, the Avarian Alliance. How do you feel about the slave trade?
We think that slaves are a great opportunity, but not in our beliefs on how we want to go into our future. We are rather for more better ways in doing that in the future, so we are extremely against the slavery market and think we should stop it the way it is.
There we go. And I apologize. I got the final two teams the wrong way around there, but nonetheless, last but most definitely not least, Cletus. How does the Antharian Beautification, Republic of Beautification feel about this?
Can we keep our slaves?
Can you keep your
Can we
slaves?
keep ours?
Yeah, yeah. You just can't buy any more off the market.
Well, what if we just keep the ones we got and then we keep them working?
That's fine. Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
How about Daddy? Does the Big Daddy that runs our stuff, can he let us keep our slaves?
Yes.
Okay, I'm happy then.
But still, vote no, vote no.
What? I want to keep my slaves, if it's okay with you.
Yes, that's what I've been saying. We don't want to ban the organic slave trade.
Yeah, we want to keep them.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yes?
Okay, then I'm going to keep my slaves.
Okay.
So, with that being done, perhaps your opinions have been swayed. It is interesting to note that across the board, the audience has been voting, with one exception going for no. Shijoka's audience is almost perfectly split, as is Cletus's, but the overall audience is very much no. But take that as you will, council members. I will now let you all go back to your control rooms. We will go back to gameplay. Ladies and gentlemen, make your decision.
I can hear.
There it is.
I think I made a compelling argument, but it does not seem to have swayed the Zoomins.
No, I don't think it did. That said, 10K is going to switch to the other side, so that'll be...
It's not enough, which means
No,
we
it's
need
not.
more power.
I wonder if there's anything that we can do to...
Why can't we switch now?
Kilroy, by the way, thank you. Because when you switch in the Senate, there's a 100-day cooldown before you can switch back.
Oh, so when people do vote in the so that's so you don't get the last second, like aha.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
By switching too
Slip
quickly
it
and
in.
confusing people.
We slipped this amendment in last night. I'm gonna.
Yep.
All right, I see we spent our minerals, but I still see 28,000 energy credits. Where are those going?
Hostile fleet engaged.
One moment,
Who are we
sir.
fighting?
We're entering combat
What?
with the
Where the hell is
unbidden.
that?
One second. I gotta check to see whether this is gonna work.
Oh shit. We're outnumbered. Our
Drakes didn't go in with the rest of our fleet.
Can they get out immediately?
Yes, the Drakes are fine. But the fleet is not.
The fleet is not fine.
No.
We put our efforts together. Rebuild the fleets.
Yep, that'll be doable.
We have 10,000 alloys. That's 10,000 battleships.
So
that's not how it works.
Do you want battleships or the science building? Your choice.
Science first and
Okay.
battleships. We have 226 alloys per cycle. What is that per month?
The Divine Imperium is asking for favors. Is this going to...
Is that anything?
I don't think this is going to give them what they want. We're on their side.
I mean,
And
they're probably
giving us
just
exotic
flailing
gases
right
for
now.
them. Our most prevalent resource.
Our what?
We have to make a decision about this soon. So the Divine Imperium is saying we will give them 10 favors in the Galactic Senate, and they will give us 500 gases.
We don't...
Which...
If they want to argue with us, they can come and we can negotiate that. No. No favors for them. The Emperor needs to defend his own arguments better in the Senate. These are little...
I wonder if there's anything that we can do here.
Oh my god, the vote is so close.
It is so
our
close.
power just got knocked down with that fleet.
Oh god! Oh wow! I didn't even think about that.
Though it's not like we're flipping 5,000 right now.
No, sure.
But it's actually such a close vote. It's within 4K. Can we up our power? Is there any way we can like up?
There are a couple ways we can.
They
I'm
shifted.
looking at
The
influence
blobs
branch.
shifted. It's now Do whatever you can.
I just increased our power by 10%. Yep, it's shifted. 50,000 to 48.
The Empire, the Great Federation.
We're going to take a small hit on technological cost for this, but it will be worth it.
What did we do?
We enacted a new edict, which cost us 95 influence, but gave us 10% increased diplomatic weight across the board.
And that is enough to put it over the top. Well,
that was enough to put it over the top at the last second.
There were some other flips, and there still
might be some flips before this.
If any of the well, it's close. We can't lose more than like 1K. Let's keep shoring up our power.
Yep. Doing it.
Go to supremacist stance. Is that what we did?
Yeah, good idea. Yep. Under policies, right?
Diplomatic stance. Supremacist. Diplomatic weight from fleet power. No, but
that's not going to do much.
Yeah, it's not
going
to help. Our fleet power is not stronger than our economy.
No,
right
our economy is much stronger than fleet power. Don't do that. Yeah, no.
Yeah. I can't do anything. All right. That's just the humanoids in the feed.
Yeah, that's right. We are going to change.
It looks like the
doctrine.
Unbidden are mostly contained. I think the Empire's fleets are mostly.
How's the vote looking? 45.
It's within 2K.
Oh,
we don't even have
close.
any slaves. Like, I don't. Do we have any slaves?
No, it doesn't affect us, but
it does affect the Emperor, and we're technically in his federation, aren't we? Then we need to shore this up. So the balance of power is not looking as balanced as I would like.
No, it is not. We'll do what we can to.
How many shipyards do we have right now? Let's see.
We have 2 primary.
I'm gonna
shipyards.
Close some things. Yeah, I don't need branch offices open on the outliner. Is there anything to be
passed or not? It failed, and we did not ban organic slave trade.
By 2K.
Correct. You should let the Emperor know that was in large part due to some changes.
We Okay, I will make a.
I don't know if it's worth. At least write it down, maybe.
I'm putting it in general chat.
Yeah. Our poor drakes are floating out in space, aimless.
I said we would like. What?
Oh, go ahead.
We would like the Emperor to know our strong efforts towards increasing diplomatic weight were enough to maintain the mandatory servant trade he holds near and dear.
I love it. All right. We can unlock the Colossal Assembly Yards next as our next technology, which unlocks the Juggernaut, a massive ship able to repair our ships in combat outside of a starbase location.
We got to start once a fleet reaches 25K strength, we will give it an official name with an official leader.
Sure.
Our total fleet power is kind of confusing right now because our fleets got smashed.
Yeah. Oh, that was so dumb. The Drakes move so much slower than the other fleets. So I think what we'll do is we'll have our fleets follow the Drakes. And that way, as the Drakes are moving, we know that the fleets are in line with them.
Oh, we now have Titans.
We should probably design one, I think. In the ship designer?
Yeah. I mean, just as a... See if we have any intel on zoom-in ships. Just for no reason.
Right, of
I
course.
don't think we have any. I can't see. Can we send like a science ship or something to the Zoomans?
We can check out our espionage and see if there's anything we can do with the Zoomans.
Just like it's good to know. Keep your friends close, right?
Yep. We have several options actually to work with the Zoomans rather. Right now, we can acquire assets and sleeper cells, which would be able to be activated within their empire at a future point. We can extort favors from them so that during diplomacy, we get an incredible diplomatic strength and weight to the choice that we want within the Senate. We can lower their relations between them and other empires so that the empire choice that the smear campaign is against is random. Or we can steal their technology. Those would be the
Or we want to steal
options I
their
would recommend.
technology.
I think that's a good idea. Yep.
And if they get mad about it, we'll probably see their ships. So
We may.
I'll leave Titan design. I don't know how many options we got on it. Like
It was pretty straightforward. I think the
yeah,
option
we
for
have.
it. Yep.
I don't know if there's anything off the auto design.
Is it worth extending a research agreement to them?
Why
as
not?
A test? You can try. They'll basically get nothing, but we'll receive a decent amount from this. We'll extend it as an option.
Yeah, why not? We got 2.6k L. Oh, wait, how much? What is our naval capacity? We are 87 out of 196, which means we're missing about 100 supply of ships. We should get at least a Titan or two, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do we have? Do you need
some
like
now.
a mega shipyard or something? Special shipyard, big ship, right?
Yes. You need a Titan shipyard, 2 of which we have building currently.
How long on our Science Nexus completion? Oh my god, there's so much going on in this system. 1,800 days. We're still at 3k surplus creds at the moment. Ooh.
Oof. I'm trying to think of what ways we could spend our credits faster. Other than...
Can't we just dump them in the minerals and dump the
convert
minerals
them into
in the
minerals?
buildings?
Yep. Let's do that.
We could just set up like a monthly couple hundred minerals or whatever.
Yep. Sounds good.
And then those minerals go into buildings, which give us alloys or whatever the fuck we want for ships. We only have
we
2
need to
shipyards. We should probably have like a shipyard that has like, especially maybe towards the, well, actually there's no, we might need to think about annexing some of these. Why are the Tarshim here? What happened here?
Where?
There are Tarshim on our borders. When did this happen? They just conquered.
I don't recall at all.
Can we, do we have, the only issue is the influence. Once we get a Colossus, can't we execute, like, I don't know, Holy War, maybe?
We
against...
certainly could, sir.
Does that allow us to do Total War once we get a Colossus?
It does.
Ah, so we can clear up this territory dispute a little more easily, is what you're saying.
That's correct.
Ah, yeah.
Absolutely.
They will see the
Assuming
light
they
of the
aren't part
church.
of our,
It's
aren't
time
part of
for
our
a crusade!
Federation. If they are part of our federation, we may need to rebel against our own federation in order to accomplish it.
Oh, shit.
Which
We will
I have
bring,
no
well, the
qualms.
Emperor owes us. And also
That's
the Tarshim are not worthy of concern for either. We now have a level 3 federation, though.
We do.
Yeah. You know, they could just... Wait, can the Federation mandate the handing over of territory to us?
No. Not to my knowledge.
Are we ever gonna take... Well, the Madrons... Are the Madrons in the Federation? No. So we can just... What about Voltimar? Isn't that a thing?
Yes. Where was Voltamar?
Voltamar
In
is
the Madron
directly.
territory.
Well, it's a little tiny area south of the Ribellan Vortex. We
This
have
would be a
the
very
Dragon
easy
Fleet
war
right there.
To perform, absolutely. However, our war philosophy does not permit us claiming the system except in a defensive war. Let me see if we
Well,
can
can't
fix
we
this.
be less philosophical about it?
Unrestricted wars, absolutely.
Until we get that Colossus online. We're at
Some
9,000
changes are-
alloys. We need more ships.
Working on it. Working on it.
Research.
I'm building a Titan that's going to accompany
Does that
several
stop us
battleships
from
now.
researching?
Not at all.
To
I'm
Galaro,
looking-
who's
I'm looking for that
awkwardly a
automatic
Tarshim.
research.
I don't know.
Where's that auto research option? I'm begging you, please.
I'm the auto research option. I'm here to yell
I
at
know,
you until you
apparently.
start researching. Do we have a monthly mineral trade going on? Because why not take like 500 of these energy credits, convert them into minerals every month?
Let's see that.
Like, it's not like as long as we have the Dyson Sphere, we have a minimum of 3,400 extra credits of income, right?
That's right.
So we're
Absolutely.
unlikely to go into the red, even if we do a little bit of a spending spree. So now we have the minerals, which means we can build more infrastructure on all these planets that have all these sad open building slots.
I'll have us buying some rare crystals as well, which we'll need to support our fleets. And moats as well.
About that unrestricted war, by the way.
Unrestricted wars have gone through, and
What
we're
is this?
ready.
Ooh,
We've
our operatives
made
have
claims on the Madron Equalizer territory.
Wait.
We're free to go to war with them over the territory that we've claimed.
Well, have at it. What's in the Senate right now? The Unbidden.
We're currently in a truce with the Madron tributary, the Madron Equalizers, for the next 5 years due to a war
What?
that the Emperor had waged.
How long on our
previously.
Colossus? 14 months.
Yes, Colossus technology will take a few months here.
And then how long? Then we get to make
I
the
will-
Colossal Assembly Yards, and then we make
That's
the
correct.
Colossus?
About 10 years, probably, on the
How long until the Crusade? 10 years? 10
About
years on
10
the
years, yeah.
Crusade? All right.
Yep.
All right. I'll put it on my calendar.
I just realized we did unlock the automatic technology. Didn't even know this was a thing. We enable auto research, which we'll do for society research, but not for engineering or physics.
Fair enough.
Hold on. Sorry. We'll do physics and society. For engineering, we'll pick manually because that's
Engineering has
required
the
for our
mega structures.
For our mega structure.
We got Dyson Sphere. We got a Science Nexus. We're gonna get Colossi. What are we missing? Oh, what? The Avarian Alliance. Something. Oh yeah, there's something. There was something about robo-bodies or something.
The
can
Imperial
we-
Alliance have turned themselves into cyborgs.
All right, that's cool for them. This one system with the mining drones, like.
We also
Can't we just
unlock
clear
the
that
ability
up?
to do a psionic warp with our fleet. Although I don't see exactly where this takes place, where this is.
Does it matter?
I believe what it's going to allow us to do is warp to any system of our choice using psionic abilities.
Is that the one? Is it just the standard warp drive that is like you can
Yes,
skip
it's not
hyperlanes?
It's not
but
it's not the one that like is really scary that breaks the universe.
No. I'm saying there's. Is it the standard warp drive that you can like skip hyperlanes within a radius? But like.
I believe so. Yes.
So the psionic warp drive is different.
There's two. There's a psionic warp drive, and then there's the. What's the other technology called?
So what is the restriction on this one?
I'm not certain yet. We're gonna have to experiment and try it out. I'm told by some specialists the side jump drive does risk ruining the universe.
Well, we'll keep that in our back pocket.
No, we
you see
certainly
the
will, yes.
Obitellius system? Obitellis? In the center, the one dot in the center of our territory?
How are you spelling this?
It's
oh
it's
yes,
an,
OBE. Yes.
It's right there.
Would you like to
That's-
take that? That's the
it's a
enigmatic
little-
fortress.
Yes.
All right.
The enigmatic fortress. I'm not seeing a fortress. I'm just seeing 1,000 power of mining drones.
Oh, did they change it? No, I'm mistaken. You're right. Nakonda is the enigmatic fortress. It's
I mean,
just
maybe
to
we
the
can
left.
go on over there later on. I'm not entirely sure. That does look a little dicey. It's a little.
I'm told that the side jump drive has a chance to summon the unbidden, but we've already
Well,
done
I mean,
so,
like,
so.
how much worse could it get? Oh yeah. Speaking of, are we supposed to be helping them?
Yes, we are. Our fleets are coming back up, but we can only send them in one direction. Do we take out the mining drones, or do we help with the unbidden?
We'll take out the mining drones. Go ahead on over there.
Yes, sir.
And also more ships. We still have 50 naval capacity. We got 6,000 minerals. We got 30,000 credits. I see a bunch of open buildings. We got Blegaporpop in the Chocolate is Prime. You can upgrade the gene clinics to whatever the hell they upgrade to. The alloy thingy. The mineral purifications. The Veil, suspiciously named, can get a planetary capital. The Witch Core Propaganda Office has some upgrades. Wait, we have the Vespine for this, right? Yeah, we have plenty. Oh, wait. Oh, it's +7. We're gonna have to figure out some volatile motes. We might have to just buy those on the market. And we got some research complex upgrades over there.
I'll increase our purchase of volatile motes in the market here.
Yeah, we still have 2,000 surplus. As long as we have over 1,000, I'm feeling pretty comfortable with the energy credits.
Absolutely. This is good. We'll upgrade one of those.
The Empire seems to like they're at 70k in fleets. How are our fleets looking?
Doing pretty well.
Oh, the
Do we have the ability to reach in the shroud? Let's see.
Are we gonna?
Not for a little while.
Okay.
A few more months.
Shrouds. Evasive.
The side jump drives, I'm asking, are they assigned and attached to ships, or are they a galaxy-wide ability? All ships in the fleet must be equipped with jump drives to perform this order.
Gotta refit everybody.
We may have to.
Yo, take a look at Sickon Prime.
It's a ship component.
It's just like it just replaces the engines, I imagine.
I thought so too.
So we'd
Impulse
have to
thrusters?
refit the designs of research. Speaking of jump drives,
Take another look at it in a second. Right column, second down. Okay, I'll take a look in a moment. Right column, second down. Hyperdrive. But there's no option in here called the side jump drive. I don't understand. And it's not an option within the tech panel either. Is it? Unless it's in
dimensional patrol. The zoom and overmind is one much adoration. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Sounds bad.
There it is. Side jump drive. On it.
Okay. All right. We got several things. One is the branch office in the slime pit is requested by the Emperor.
Okay, in the slime pit.
Yes, at the slime pit, whatever. In that system.
Okay. That is a wonderful location for one.
Is that sarcasm or is that real?
No, it's good. Real.
Okay,
Have they
our
made
fleets
other
move
requests?
into Obatelis. They haven't made it all the way there. They made a request over the communique channel.
Okay.
Our fleet at Bastamore should move to the Empire. Set a course for the slime pit. We'll let the dragons take care of the Obatellis system.
Okay. On it.
And
the crime in the slime pit is terrible. What's the crime in the slime pit?
It
65% crime, sir.
Well, at that point, does it matter?
Sir, I've never seen this before. The slime pit is so wrought with crime, we gain nothing in trade.
What is the cost of a branch office?
It's already been spent, but it was approximately 80 influence.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a
Well, we'll bring this up at
Terrible.
the next town meeting, that the slime
Wow.
pit is a hive of scum and villainy. I don't know.
I'm certain the
Dragons to
Emperor is aware. He seems quite
Obatellis. Dragons, Obatellis. All right, cluster fudge, sweet toothless, fondue, chocolate rain, Obatellis. Make it happen, and then construction ship.
Okay, I'll do that. Yep.
The construction ships have jump drives now, do they?
Not yet. We haven't unlocked the jump drive technology. It's,
Oh, yeah, that was-
it's underway as we speak. We can dip into the
Oh,
shroud
by
once
the
more.
way, dip. All right, is dipping time?
We can. Our options are to summon a psionic avatar, increase
Okay.
our ship firing rate, or increase happiness galactically. The psionic avatar is a high probability of chance. The increased firing rate is a medium chance. Happiness, I wouldn't recommend.
What's a psionic avatar?
It will be a troop that we can command under our command. That
Bring it in.
attacks for us.
Oh my god, the dragons are just... Well, they're having trouble aiming at small targets, it looks like, but... Do we have
Our
a
high attempt
construction
failed,
vessel?
Sir.
Or what?
Psionic power required to summon an avatar and bring it into our universe is simply beyond our current ability to channel. And
Well,
the
you could have
psychic
told us
energies
this
of the shroud
before.
fizzle with agitation as our attempt failed. I don't think anything terrible has happened from that.
It's probably not going to be... It doesn't sound good.
Does not sound good.
All right, we need a construction ship moving to Obatellis to secure the system. Well, we need the science ship to survey it, and then the construction ship should be sent.
On that now.
Construction
where
ship
are
is going to
fleets?
Ribellin Vortex, not to Obatellis. The one near Brenda's Chocolotology.
Where do you want? Oh, to Obatellis. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. How long until our fleets... Where the hell did our fleets go? Our
Colossal
main-
assembly yards
Wait,
are
how
being
did we
built
get
now.
there so quick?
We have gateways that connect us to the
Oh,
Emperor.
okay. Well, just keep the forces at the slime pit, and then if the Emperor needs help otherwise. We're not risking our battleships again.
Understood.
This is more of moral support. Like, we're
That's
here...
an XCOM probability. It certainly was. I've never seen the psionic entity not get summoned. by
How
that
long in
with a
our
high
truce with the Madrons?
One moment, sir. Our attempt to secure research from the Zoomans was successful.
Hey.
We gained a research called Doctrine Fluid Fleet Templates, which I have never heard of.
Oh my god, what are they doing over there?
No, it's just garbage.
What kind of garbage?
Plus 20%.
We should
fleet
support
capacity.
the Empire
20
in...
plus 20.
Oh. Wait, where are the Zoomans in the Senate?
We'll send our ships to
Yo,
assist the Emperor.
look at the Senate. Where are the Zoomans? They're not on the board.
They've left the Galactic Council.
More ships! More ships!
We'll build more ships.
So now we are the galactic powers in the galaxy. Like, let's continue increasing our diplomatic weight. What did we just spend a lot of money on? Did we just build some more ships?
We purchased about 11,000 alloys, which we're pumping into battleships now.
There is a Galactic Council session. Could you please slow down?
Oh yeah, we noticed the council is less
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Uh, to the council!
And we will speak to you all soon. I will hand over to the Zoomans.
Well, we are quite upset. Stefan, tell them why we are upset.
Yes, Stefan. Tell them. Tell them.
Our intelligence operatives have come back to us with one conclusion about the Divine Imperium. That they were either genuine in telling the truth, or they were lying, conniving deceivers.
That's one conclusion. The Zoomans as decisive as always.
Indeed. And you see, the only way to test that was to believe them temporarily. We went in and checked the potential portal to the Shroud. We went to see if we could go back home. But alas, the Imperium did not have our best interests in mind. They were not making the suggestion for us to go and destroy the Embidden so we can go back home and do what we have always wanted to do as a species. No, they did it for self-interest, and for self-interest only. They were willing to sacrifice another Empire's fleet in exchange for their own benefit, lying and smiling the whole time. We cannot accept to be part of the galactic community with such schemers and deceivers, so we have taken the measure of leaving. Some of our allies have come with, and we will not forgive the Imperium for their lies.
And after all the gift baskets too.
We are disgusted. We remain in our flesh prisons. We are not united with the Shroud. They are liars. They have deceived us. You have deceived us.
So we are starting our own better galactic club, the Best Friends Club, which has already started.
At this moment, I'll turn to the Divine Empire. Have you got a rebuttal?
This is an outrage. We believe that it was the Zoomans who lured the Unbidden here in their futile attempt to return home. Now, their attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed. But I assure you, my resolve has never been more the same. In order to ensure the security and continuing stability, I move that the galaxy be reorganized into the first galactic Empire/Imperium for a safe and secure society.
I will not stand for this. You all are liars.
We are currently
what are you going to do? Vote against it? You left.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, do any of the other empires want to jump in and say anything? I will hand the floor over if anyone wants to join in.
The Imperial Chocolat Covenant supports. I'm sorry, I don't want to step on the toes.
So
Go ahead.
I will allow the beautification, the Republic of Beautification first, and then the Imperial Chocolat Covenant. So, Cletus,
Yeah,
go, please.
I think I'm okay with it as long as I can have my freedom back. Can I have my freedom back?
Oh, yes. You'll get your freedom. You'll get all the freedom you can possibly want!
Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it. Come on, Daddy.
But there is nothing foreboding about that. And the Imperial Chocolat Covenant.
The ICC fully supports the Emperor in all his stable mental acuity and his divine wisdom, and fully condemn the actions of the Zuman Overmind in their misguided attempts at fantasies and myth and legend instead of being rooted in cold hard fact. I move to support and second the creation of the Galactic Divine Imperium under our great Emperor. Thank you.
That's right. Let's do it, Daddy.
We were friends once. We were friends. This is the Zuman flesh planet. That's why we were friends. You chocolate company, you betrayed us. You said we were friends.
Chocolate doesn't.
You
even go well with
betrayed
cheese.
yourselves.
I cannot betray myself. I am all.
So, and do any of the other empires have anything they want to add? In that case, ladies and gentlemen, I will allow you to return to your galactic command centers with the new galactic status quo in place.
You're all fools! You're fools!
Max, the people cannot hear you.
Wonderful work. There it is. They
I
did
can't believe
leave the
the
community,
Zoomans.
yes.
I can't
Yes.
believe the Zoomans would betray us like this.
Unbelievable.
Or it is.
What this does mean is within the galactic community, we are second in charge. So that's wonderful.
Or the Kingmaker.
That's right. So we'll move to form the Galactic Council and centralize power around
The
the
the Galactic Divine Empire. Imperium.
Yes. Yes, of course.
I gotta say, the Empire, just a great public speaker. Very inspired.
Oh.
Unfortunately, looking at the galaxy does not really inspire a ton of confidence.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
I see our minerals. We need more minerals. Up the
Yes.
mineral spending. I will
That's
allot
bizarre.
500 more energy credits. And we need development of mineral purification plants on the appropriate worlds, as well as construction of colossal shipyards so our crusade may begin.
We've got one colossal shipyard that's underway now. It's about 1 year out from completion.
Where is it
And then,
located?
It's at Bastamore, our main production facility for ships.
All right.
We also have coming out of Bastamore right now approximately 5 battleships before the end of the year, and another 3 scheduled for next year as well.
Well, the Zoomans will have jump drives, so that means our southern border is not safe.
That's true.
Who are the Cortiscar returners? Can't we?
I'm not certain.
They've been kind of chilling out there. Colossus, total war. Secure all this territory. Maintain as good of an economy as possible. Finish the science nexus and build up our fleets and prepare to defend the interests of the Galactic Imperium.
Absolutely.
Sorry to jump in. Could you jump up to fast, Max?
Yes.
Oh. That last part I missed.
I think that's DM speak. I don't quite
Yeah.
understand that yet. Yeah.
We need to construct a starbase. It has 18 minerals and 3 crystals in the Obitella system. Not bad.
Yep. On it. We still have the situation on Nikanda, the enigmatic fortress that we haven't yet explored. We may have the fleet power to take it in a few.
We do have a
months,
20K
periods
fleet
here.
with some of our
does
Gleg
look- how
Durgle
did
class
they do that?
battleships. And our Gleg Ulash class of Titan. Are we outfitting our ships with jump drives now from here on?
We will be soon, yes. We'll have to retreat our forces back away from the unbidden threat. That said, the Emperor seems to have done so himself.
There's still 70K, but that should be... The Emperor should have that under control.
Yes, I think easily,
At least for
easily
now.
defeatable. You will see some fluctuation of our mineral income. That's just based on current market prices. But as it goes, we should be in a relatively positive
Yeah, we've got
state.
great alloy production. Food production is good enough. We still do maintain the market ourselves. We are underwater on volatile moats. Is our Colossus... Okay, let me see. 30 seconds on our Colossus shipyard. Immediate production on a Colossus. What happened to our naval capacity? It's just upkeep costs, though, right?
We have massively exceeded it due to creating our very first Titan. That said, we will increase our capacity soon with a series of new starports designed with
anchorages
attached. Correct.
We need mineral stations on Obitelis, and I think just generally mineral stations. I'm not sure the details. And move our Dragon fleet to, I think, whatever the most defensible location on the southern flank. Probably either Damia, which has a planet and a lot of trade. Probably Damia. We should develop a star base. What do you think?
Right away. Yep.
I'm concerned about the potential of if we have jump drive tech, the Zoomans likely have some similar tech.
Something far worse. Yes.
So.
Yes.
Speaking of, maybe we should unlock standard jump drives soon.
I'm not sure if that will be necessary. Let's take a look at the ship designer really quick.
Yeah. Spend a minute or two on the ship designer. I'm literally going to physically write things down, so that way, like when you have time for it.
Yeah, for sure. Not have enough power. What we will need is some information about our zoom-in opponents and their ships. It will help us
Can we
understand...
jump like a science ship or something?
We can attempt to.
Or we can jump like a Corvette fleet?
Yes. What we'll need to do is guess at the location of where their ships may be stationed.
What is the diplomatic relationship with the refuge right now? They have pathetic... I mean, right now they are currently... Oh, are they in our federation? Yes. Wait, no. Wait. Who's the refuge? Yeah, it's not that. They are in a federation with the Zoomans, though their fleet power is pathetic compared to ours. The Happy Friendly Neighbors Federation, not the Masters of the Universe. As the galaxy comes together... Okay, so you need to know what kind of weaponry they're using and how heavily they're focused on shields and armor?
Precisely.
I have no idea how to get that information.
What I'll do is I'll jump we
could jump through the
science vessel into their space and hope
you get some information before it gets taken out.
Some information.
Tell me when you're jumping, and I'll just watch it.
I am ready to do so. We'll be jumping into the system. It will likely be one of their systems with a gateway, probably Xun. Xun.
Isn't that
or
in the heart of
at
their space?
Prothon. It is, yes. That is the risk. It's also close by to another large station. We're gonna be doing an experimental
they
jump
have a
now.
Dyson sphere or something in their home system. No, that's a science nexus.
It could also be at Ospra. I'll jump another fleet.
I mean,
into Ospra.
Scouting
and I'll keep an eye on it.
The feral behavior. What are they doing? Wait, what?
The sleepers?
Why do they have to be a...
Isn't that another crisis?
Uh-oh.
Within seconds?
Move the Tumpus and merge Tumpus and Globelius into the we need more chocolate names.
Glumpus. I love it.
The Glumpus. Yes, the Glumpus fleet. The now retermed Glumpus fleet under Glarp.
We're not able to combine those because they would
fleet
exceed
command limit.
Each limit. But
Well,
what we'll
then
do is I'll move into the fleet manager and I'll add to each fleet to reach the limit that we were able to.
We can afford the naval capacity. We could pull back on the mineral income or sell a little of our allies in order to make up the difference. How long on that science? Which science ship am I? I couldn't say the word.
I'm not certain. They're stuck in the space between time and space right now.
Ah, yes, very exciting. Colossus production.
Colossus. I'll take a look in a moment. These techs are going so fast now.
Let's
just gonna
keep
put
it
this to
going.
automatic.
We need everything. Yeah, just for now.
Yep, done. Colossus. Our Juggernaut is ready to be produced. We just need 2,000 additional alloys. I'll make the purchase on the market.
Oh, we just... What are we spending alloys on?
Alloys are required for regular ship upkeep.
But we still have a significant surplus, so... Maybe put all research on automatic.
Invasion defeated. Ah, yes, this is the...
Unbidden or shut down?
Unbidden, defeated.
Have we retreated our fleets back to our borders? I believe we
checking
have.
now. Yes, we have.
We no longer have any fleets in Empire space.
Correct. We have a series of 6 battleships coming out, and I will expedite the creation of our Juggernaut to the top of the list.
Sounds good. Approximately how long until that science ship comes back into space?
I'm not certain.
At this point, we are in favor of the Astral Studies Network because the humans are no longer part of the galactic community.
Sir, we have
right?
a much larger issue.
And
the
what
nearest
is that?
fallen awakened empire by us is practically on our borders. The Madron Equalizer is just between us. It is the Feral Arbitrators, and in a moment they're going to come back online. And attack.
Reinforce all star. Do they have jump drives? Will they use them?
I don't think that they will use jump drive technology. No.
So we have we've got the top tier star bases, right? Star fortresses.
I believe we do.
Bring the dragons up from the Damia system, and on Damia, does the whatever? There's one that you can see several hyperlanes out. Does that work if there's no hyperlane connection? Is it like a radius, or is it just hyperlane connection? It's like a listening post. Is there a reason we're not exploiting the trade value of in the southwest?
I'm working on that now by creating a trade system on Auxiliary.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Working on that.
Obviously. Yeah. Of course. Well, the dragons will now. We will attach. We're probably gonna need to put together. Those are the reinforcing fleets. That's always a mess. That is a mechanic that needs a lot of help.
Yeah.
The reinforcing mechanic threw me off.
I'll build a few more fleets now. and we'll just have those fleets ready to go.
Good. All it's costing us is upkeep, right? No, we can
Correct.
afford it. We can get some anchorages. We still have 3 star bases open. So, a star base potentially on... I mean, we probably should have a star base just in the the Dyson sphere system. Like, just in case.
Yeah, that'd be smart. Absolutely.
Don't really... If we lose that, it's over. Like,
That's very true.
our entire
I'll build one
economy
now.
is based on our Dyson sphere program right now. You don't want those bottlenecks. And our Colossus is coming in.
All right, we've got anchorages coming up as well. Those are on the systems of Dupree, Sikon, and Luciage, the black
Yes.
hole located there.
Could you repeat that?
Yep.
You see,
Wish
Potato
that
Prime
I
isn't
could,
looking
sir,
so
wish
dumb.
that I could. Right. Can't believe we've never had fortresses yet. Oh. We can dip our toes in the shroud once more. And reach in.
Dip your finger.
We have a medium success chance
And then
at
lick your
increasing
fingers.
happiness. And we have a low probability success chance of increasing ship speed.
Increase speed. Are
Will
people
do
not
so.
happy?
No, our people are very happy.
Well, they're already happy. They have chocolate, of course. So I gotta... The best
Conduit
chocolate...
that our telepaths were using to connect to the shroud has collapsed on itself. But nothing worse than that has happened, luckily.
Son of a bitch.
I think we should
Get-
be okay.
This pseudoscience isn't working very well.
We're approaching a point where our energy credits are going to be running out monthly. I'm going to decrease the number of...
Aren't our anchorages coming up?
They should be soon, yes.
As well as, I will start going through the list. We have 30,000 goddamn minerals. Spend 2 minutes, spend our minerals on things. All right?
There we
2
go.
minutes. And then, if we still have a... What? How did you do that?
I've converted all the minerals into alloys instantly, sir.
Okay. I guess that's an option. I was thinking of building more buildings. I'm not sure if the value's there, though.
I don't think the value's there for buildings, no. Most of our planets are too underdeveloped for us to actually convert our alloy nanoplants into... Or, sorry, our nanoplant... megaforges into nanoplants. So, won't happen. Not for a while.
We've got 2,000... Is that days? Is each one a day? So we got 6 years. It looks like it translates to a day on the timer of
Yeah, I
building.
believe so, yeah.
Our Juggernaut... Wait, is that the Colossus?
I believe so. Was that created?
It's taken...
No, it's almost there.
It's taken forever. But like,
It's going to take about 5 years to build a Juggernaut, yes.
Okay. The Gleg Ulash class. Wait, do we have a specific design? Can we refit it once we
We can, yes. Would you like to upgrade our fleets? Should be
I
able to refit
mean,
it when it comes out.
oh my god, it has. Wait, no. We sure the Juggernaut is a Colossus? Because it has it's just bristling with weapons.
It is not the same as a Colossus. No, the Colossus is an even separate ship, I believe. Let me check.
Can we get that going as well? Juggernaut is a mobile shipyard. Oh. It's essentially a super carrier. I mean, I don't mind it. I'm on board. I don't.
I haven't seen our science ships enter the Zuman space. I'm not certain exactly.
And we didn't lose it. Wait, we lost missing in action. The Hurgle Gurgle. You know, that might have been the ships.
That
They
may
might
have
have
been our
gotten
ships.
blasted out of the sky.
Special project.
You missed that. Well, maybe if they're gonna attack someone, they attack the Emperor first. So we should be able to get something from that.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll keep trying to keep up. We still have 2K surplus a month. I think we shore this up. We still have 2 more star bases to add. When do we total war? Can we do the Madron? Can we take these systems from the Madrons here?
I'm hoping that we're able to get the technology for Total War soon. I'm not exactly sure why we haven't seen it yet.
Did we already claim the? Yeah, we are. No wait.
Yes, the Madron space.
Well, we might as well. Like, we're right here.
I agree. We must close our branch offices on Madron in order to proceed.
Well, all right. It's been a good run.
I think that's a small price to pay.
Yeah. Are there any other systems we could just easily grab? Like that console union system? Wait, enemy troops. What?
At least one of our armies is involved with an invasion on Sikon Prime.
What the hell is going on there? Are we invading ourselves?
An enraged Titanic Guardian has killed...
What?
Or at least engaged in...
Enraged
in a
Titans.
battle on our planet. The Titanic life has come to life and attacked our people.
This is why we live on stations.
That's precisely right.
Raise some armies from nearby and crush
got 1,000 armies.
The
that
natives
can land
are getting restless. It's right in the middle.
And shock troops that can take them out.
All right. Well, can't we jump them as well?
I don't believe they can jump.
Do we not have the conventional jump drives yet?
Oh, here we go. We can initiate a jump. It is a little bit risky. We can try it.
How is it risky?
Only 2
they don't
away.
have any space-bound fleets. They're not going to shoot them out of the sky. I thought the weakness was that they have less HP and they have less movement speed. But if there's nothing to shoot them out of the sky, then what's the difference?
Yeah, they don't have ships. We'll be there very quickly. Land armies.
Need to re-secure our damn trading route. I'm not sure it actually matters on that because we still have the starbase. But like, as a matter of principle, do we really need our entire fleet to go there?
Good news is we're on the Galactic Council. Second, of course, to the Emperor.
Why is our whole fleet moving to Sikon?
I'm not certain.
We just sent 100,000 in fleet power to deal with the the angry whales.
Our troops have landed on Sikon and are engaging the enraged Titans there.
We need the Ascension perk for Colossi.
We'll have that soon.
All right. Well, make it happen. Edicts. Edicts. Do all the ones that cost normal credits. The recycling campaign, the education campaign.
Done.
We probably no longer need forge subsidies. Though, wait, are we selling alloys?
Are running our alloy income. We're not selling alloys. We're using them for ships.
Yeah, we had more of a surplus, but I think that's part of the upkeep, right?
Yep.
Yeah, ships are currently consuming 280 alloys per cycle, which is a bit. Let's see. Our armies crush the natives and restore order to Sikon Prime. Finally. All right.
I'm spending some resources now to rotate through and find new admirals to crew.
Yeah, we have the money. It's time. Is it time? It's 5 out of 5, right?
It is time. Yes.
Time to ascend.
Adopt the new tradition.
Crusade!
The Colossus Project.
I'm gonna contract out some art for this.
Gonna check that this is the right one. Triple check. Colossus Project, yes.
Situation log updated.
In 5 months, we'll have a chance to have the Colossus Project associated here. Or running.
I've contacted the Witch Corps propaganda office, saying the ICC would like some inspiration art for our Holy Crusade, spreading the good word of the Chocolate Church via a divine enforcer.
Wondrous.
I look forward to the inspirational, the photos we see. Well, not photos, but well, soon. What was that noise? Ascension perk. Oh.
Situation log updated.
Another Ascension perk, it was made available to us almost instantly, back to back. Our choices, and we have many. Take a look and see what might be of the best use. We could have a massive increase to our diplomatic weight and damage to fallen empires, awakened empires, and gate builders with Galactic Contender.
Doesn't sound bad.
I'm not certain that Consecrated Worlds would be the best choice, but we could choose to consecrate worlds and find holy worlds. It is very intensive for us to focus in on that.
I'm not feeling
we can unlock the ability to create additional Dyson spheres, matter decompressors, and ring worlds with galactic wonders.
And council session.
Yep.
What?
Council session.
All right. Well, maybe this will help us decide.
Maybe.
We will see. The council has been called. Oh, the Empire has declared a particular crisis. The Zoomin' Overmind is the crisis. It's an interesting one. All right, to the council!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Galactic community. We have invited representatives from non-community empires in this case, because they are inherently involved with this particular decision. So, we'll start with the empire that proposed this, which is the Divine Imperium. So, Divine Imperium.
Yes!
What on earth are you doing?
Alright. So... there was a lot of options. We got a bit kerfuddled, you might say. Picked the wrong one, kind of. We thought we had to do this to declare ourselves the custodians. Clearly we didn't need to do that. We feel terrible about it. But what's done is done. Push forward, I say. Stay the course.
So you're saying that this is a bureaucratic oversight?
Yes, it is.
What's actually happened?
So, okay, just to explain to anyone that hasn't quite caught up on this, the Divine Imperium has put forward a proposition to declare the Zuman Overmind a galactic crisis, causing any member of the galactic community to declare total war against the Zuman Overmind, and the Zuman Overmind to declare total war in return. Again,
Is it ideal?
really
No.
can't stress that word quite enough. Total war. And the only way to end this is the total destruction of one side or the other.
This is what is on the table.
Yikes!
Yes, this is what is currently on the table.
Just who the Zell do you think we are?
We have words about this. If
we will allow you to speak. One moment though, please. So, first of all, the Divine Imperium has admitted that this is a bureaucratic oversight, that they've even put this forward. So we will turn to the Imperial Chocolat Covenant. How are you feeling about this, boss?
I'm feeling like the divine will of our Emperor is what has guided us for the last 2,200 years and will guide us further. And if that will is potentially walked back slightly and reconsidered, we will follow them slightly backwards in order to go forward into the future. And we ask the Emperor to make sure that he guides us with such great distinction as he has so far.
Okay. So, I will point out, by the way, that the reason that we've invited the Zoomans and the Refuge, even though they are no longer part of the galactic community, is because this total war will be on the Zoomans and their Federation. So, this will be a galactic war, just to point that out. Cletus, what does the Antharian Republic of Beautification think about this?
I got 2 questions. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So first question is, thank you for giving us our freedom, by the way. That's real sweet of you. Now we can make things beautiful again. The next question is, if we go to war, is things going to be beautiful again?
Oh, there'll be beauty the likes of which you have never seen. But maybe we should just hold off on the whole going to war thing. Again, terrible mistake. We don't even support it anymore, apparently. You're the only one supporting it, so... it's fine.
War because it makes things not beautiful anymore.
Yes.
So
okay.
Then what's wrong?
I move that such incompetent leadership I can't stand for such incompetent leadership. I think this shows how incapable the Emperor is in running this galactic empire, and I think we should replace him. I think we should start a new empire.
Idea.
Let's not be hasty. All right. First of all,
I think this really shows the Emperor's genius. Okay, finding such disloyal members.
Excuse me. Order. Shijoka and the Averian Alliance haven't had their say yet. So Averian Alliance, you'll get dragged into this war as well. So anything to say?
I like gifts.
We like giving gifts to our friends.
Yeah, I think gifts are amazing. And no, we don't really have to say anything. We like gifts. Please just forget about us. We are not here. We just enjoy gifts. We have rallies. If you want to come and join and watch our rallies, they are amazing. And gifts are great.
We must understand that gifts are our gift to the universe.
Amazing. Absolutely. We found good friends with gifts. We like good friends. We like good gifts. That's good.
Do you like flowers?
No, not so much flowers. More gifts.
That is a gift.
No.
Yeah, that is too a gift.
I don't see that as a gift.
Beautiful again.
But flowers die.
Not our flowers.
I think no. I'm fine. Thank you.
So
And you're not getting any flowers.
No, I don't need flowers. Thank you. We like gifts, but not flowers.
Not getting them. Never mind.
So,
Yeah, sorry.
Last but not least, we will turn to the Zoom and Overmind. I assume you guys have something to say about this.
So I believe this is light on our honor cannot stand. And I understand that people who do not have all of their decisions inherent to their conscious nervous system being make mistakes. But they must also make amends. So, and I've never asked for this before, but I think unprecedentedly to have this slight smooth over. I'm going to ask for gift baskets. I want gift baskets from the Imperium.
Yes, we've given gift baskets. Now it's time to get gift basket.
You will get our gift baskets when you pry them from my cold, dead hands. And to those of you who say that the upper house of the bicameral legislature will decide my fate, I say I am the upper house of the bicameral legislature.
It would seem that the Imperial Chocolat Covenant has been holding their hand up desperately, trying to say
we would like to reveal to the Zoom and Overmind we have found the connection to the shroud, and we currently have a planet cracker colossus poised over it. If you deem yourselves ready to demand such things of His Imperial Highness and the Empire, we will destroy your only connection to your home world. It didn't have to come to this, but you do not make demands upon the Emperor.
But you are liars.
We have
don't
heard
have
these
the
lies
connection to the
before.
shroud.
Are you willing to take that risk?
We will ask that you
Absolutely.
submit your findings in the form of a gift basket.
I've said my piece.
So, everybody, at this point, we will allow you all to return to your galactic command centers. Be wary of this vote.
Gifts are amazing.
Gifts are amazing.
We agree.
Don't forget that. Cool.
I do want to say one more thing.
Yep.
That if we don't go to war and we stop all the fighting, it will make things beautiful again. I promise.
I will agree with that. Yeah, things are definitely
I
prettier when
think
there's
if
peace.
this dummy head over here trying to start a war stopped it, we'd be happy again.
Yeah, I think everyone should remember the folly of this emperor when it next comes time to form a galactic empire.
Not to butt in, but in Therian Republic of Beautification, for all your words, you still are the only empire supporting the declaration of a crisis on the Zoom and Overmind. I apologize if I have overstepped.
It's okay. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. Okay. I'm real
Yep.
sorry if I might have done that wrong.
Right.
Let me take a peek at it real quick, and I'll get back to you.
Arms are so difficult. We understand.
Everybody, head back to your galactic command centers. Thank you so much for joining us, and
People, I was muted for 4 seconds, and people are letting me know. Like, yeah, it was it wasn't so much a bluff as a promise. While we might not have a Colossus insofar as having one, we do have the ability to have a Colossus. So that is true, right? So like every good lie has a bit of truth.
Absolutely.
So while we could at some point have a Colossus poised over that world, potentially
Some point
obliterating
soon,
it.
yes.
Mutually, I'm actually like, how many? Can you have more than one Colossus?
I'm not sure.
Can we
think so.
refit it from a Crusader Colossus to a Planet Cracker if needed?
Yes, certainly.
Well, if it comes to mutually assured destruction, well, I am willing to destroy that world.
In a past life, I may have created a Colossus, spent years performing the work and putting time and effort into it, positioned my planet cracker over the opponent's last planet, and realized it had no weapon. So this time, we're going to do it correctly.
Can they
and
tell?
it will have our massive doomsday device.
That is a weapon of last resort, of course. But
Certainly, of course.
that's why first we convert them to the Chocolat Church. But if they cannot be converted, what is the opportunity?
Right. To once again attempt to summon a psionic avatar.
Go on.
Yeah.
Like, say the words.
It's still not possible.
All right. Well, they're not very helpful.
I don't know what's going on there. This way.
Our Juggernaut will be complete within the year. Our battleships coming online. We still have a surplus of resources across the board. There are no supporters whatsoever for this. They can't actually know that I'm bluffing, can they?
I don't think so. No.
I think Stefan knows we actually have that, like the world. But
I believe they do know that, yes. We have a decision to make about our last, or our second to last ascension perk. Galactic Wonders would allow us to build a ring world, but all of these Galactic Wonders would require our alloys, so we'd have to stop making ships.
For temporarily, right?
Temporarily as we build them, yes. Yes. We also still currently have a partially completed science nexus that we haven't put the finishing touches on yet.
Well, that's
which also
I think here's our outlook. Our 10-year plan, we no longer need the only big investment will be a Colossus in the next 10 years before 23. Okay, I'm writing this down. 23, 45, Colossus and science. All right? Big projects. Because despite their words, I don't think the Zoomans are going to move against us in the next 10 years.
Okay.
And then in 20 years, we ought to make sure our capacity, I want our capacity at 350,000. Right?
Sir, it's a joyous day if you'll take a look in Bastamore here with our fleets. I'll actually position them in a way that doesn't make them look like they're smattered.
Can you uncover the Juggernaut?
Let us uncover the Juggernaut.
The Juggernaut has joined the fleet. Wait, oh wow.
Here.
It does not move how I thought it moved. It's got a definite... Wait, is that... Someone said it's a mobile shipyard. Can we have an escort fleet around it?
It stands by itself, but we can have our other fleets follow it. And
we need at least... What is this? The Titan fleet should be split off, but the fleet width...
And set it as the home base as well.
Yeah, the Globelius Starfleet with 17 battleships. That can be the escort. The Titan fleet should remain mobile.
Excellent.
Just split from the Juggernaut unless things get desperate. Where are dragons? Our dragons are holding at Damia. Do dragons have any sort of jump capability?
They do not. They cannot jump.
So that's more of a defensive option, I guess. That'll be for like if we lose any star bases, then we'll retake.
I'm not certain that our...
Why not auto research on physics at this point?
Yeah, we're gonna do that now. Yep. No, physics is on auto research. It's happening.
Oh, not physics. Engineering, rather.
Engineering.
Which isn't currently researching anything.
It's because we still need the research for Colossi, don't we? Or am I losing track? We have the Juggernaut. Now we need the Colossus research.
Divine Imperium. Oh, they know we don't have a Colossus because that didn't come up. Yeah, that's pretty obvious bluff then. I did not know that was a thing. Oh, wow, that was kind of on its face. Okay. Well, let's get that going. I don't know. Oh, yikes. I don't know. Very strong. I may have overstepped a bit on that one.
We still have our Ascension perk to choose.
So
I don't think
30
Galactic
years,
Wonders would come to
30
fruition.
years target. by 2375, I think we're gonna be. This is all gonna devolve. Like,
right.
That at
right.
this current rate, we have like 20 years until it starts falling apart. I think.
Everyone's saying Galactic Wonders, but we already have a.
We have a Dyson sphere. Now. I feel like our income is about like it's not. It's a matter of degrees now, like not an order of magnitude. We can increase.
Some are saying executive vigor, but we already have additional edicts unlocked, and we've got the Empire Sprawl to cover them.
What are the other potential options?
Give me a moment. Galactic Contender will increase our diplomatic weight by 20% of what it is now, and give us increased damage to fallen empires, awakened empires, and gate builders. I assume that doesn't give us increased damage to
the Zoomans.
To the Zoomans.
And diplomatic weight is essentially irrelevant at this point, is it not?
It will be relevant if we were to stand against the Emperor if he attempts to create the Empire again.
Didn't he already do
could
that?
be a no. It's not. We
Oh,
are not
that
an
speech
empire.
was
We are
just
in
a speech.
We are still in a galactic community. Everybody has it confused with an empire. Yeah.
But the Zooman, we've already kind of taken our stance with the Zoomans.
Also, really quick, we need an influence dump. Am I dumping it into claims or?
How long on a Colossus? I think we should just claim as much of.
Oh, that's right. The Colossus. Yeah, it's going to cost some influence as well.
It does. Okay.
I believe so.
When can we actually build the Colossus?
As well would be. Yep. Oh shoot, our naval capacity. I gotta fix our naval capacity.
Why?
We are 610 over 278.
Yeah, I see that.
So,
but like, we're still in the black.
That's true. It eats into our energy credits that prevent us from buying additional alloys. Also, for some reason, our alloy production now is 0.
Can we get? Let's just go to war with the Madrons, and we can throw some ships at some of those star bases.
Okay. In order to take the.
In order to shore up our naval capacity.
Yep.
Though I don't. The Madrons are pathetic, so I don't.
It'll be a quick war. We have to close our other.
Bureaucracy.
Yep. Branch office on Xbox, unfortunately.
Oh, rip.
That's okay.
Also,
declare war.
Can we declare war on the Tarshim are technically in the Federation. Should I poke the Emperor?
Yeah, it might be benefit, although we've already thrown it out here. I'm not sure what they'll say. Tarshim are for it. We're waiting for feedback from the Emperor himself.
Station under attack.
It was allowed. We're gonna move forward.
With the Tarshim or the Madrons?
With the Madrons.
I've argued that the Tarshim are no longer required in the Federation. Isn't one of our scientists a Tarshim?
I believe so, yes.
He'll be fine with it. Alright. Well, so we need to wipe out the Moby Dicks, like... When? Okay. We're underwater on Alois.
Defender of the Galaxy will give us damage to the endgame crisis factions.
Yeah, okay. Defend the Galaxy. How much damage?
50% increased.
50?
50.
50? Well, that. Are we engaging enemy fleets?
We are, yes. Not fleets, just star bases.
Oh, well, it's I tried to flip to it. It's gone. I got We are underwater on the Alois now. Our ships are consuming a significant portion. We can probably disband some of the lesser fleets.
Greetings, friends.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Emperor.
Just popping in quickly to ask if there's any way you can get the nominate custodian, the Divine Imperium proposal. If you can bring, what is it called? Emergency measure, that sucker?
Let me see if we can do it. Do you know where it's under? Galactic reforms?
I mean, right now it's in the proposal queue. And we think, I'm not exactly sure how the mechanics
yeah.
work.
If it's in the proposal queue. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Which one is it? Oh, nominate. Yeah, okay. Support. Yeah. Done.
Thank you.
Oh, one more thing. It'd be awesome if the Tarshim were no longer a competing empire in the Federation.
Tarshim.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, there's a lot of we'll work on that, but everything is very confusing in the moment.
It is. It is.
All right.
Good
Cheers,
luck,
friends.
Emperor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh, emergency. Yeah, okay. You cannot propose an emergency member. We'll have to do it immediately after this.
All right.
Yep.
Let's continue. Well, how did we shore up our
Commanding
alloy
unoccupied systems and planets.
What?
We only have 2 claims. I think the Emperor has additional claims on systems and planets within
many
someone's
places, probably.
space. Yeah,
they're
probably.
fighting, I believe, the Pleebles right now. Whatever's left of them. Oh my God, they're still going.
We'll
they
just,
have corporate
we'll just
HQ.
kinda, with our fleets, just tear through these guys then.
So, Colossus.
Let's see.
Focus.
What's stopping us?
Probably alloys.
Strike craft. We have the colossal assembly arts. But we don't have the Colossus tech option. Why not? Also, we still need to get rid of influence. I'm going to start making some claims, I guess.
Just claim
nearby
everything near our borders.
Yep.
Gotta just slap it out there. We gotta shore this up. And also there's decent resource. Well, Voltown has 10 alloys, 10 gas. Research as well.
Oh, Colossus tech is in the... Yes, it's in the situation log. Thank you.
Minimal
What is
Federation centralization. What?
They want to move to medium? Well, yeah, that's fine.
Sure. I think we need armies. Our army's already being sent to... No, they're close, though. To...
We'll do so. Yep. Zunur.
Wait, who owns these? Are we at war with the Tarshim? Aren't they in the same federation? We can have... This is an improved civil war. All right.
I'm not certain anymore. I'm just doing. Things are happening.
So why don't we have Colossus?
We've provoked a spirit within the shroud.
No, that's relevant.
A creature from the shroud has pierced the fabric of space and materialized in the Asmore system.
Oh no, it's to the south. Send our dragons.
It's a corrupted avatar.
Should be fine. The dragons will handle it.
I'll send the dragons.
Time to bring some chocolate rain. Yeah, that's a outpost system.
Yeah.
The dragons will take quite a bit to get there, but they'll get there.
Are we or are we not at war with the Tarshim?
I don't know. We're conquering their systems though, so like.
Okay, good.
I mean, we're engaging in conquering systems. Do we have
We are
armies?
not. Madron, Pleeble, and Excavator Domain. Whoever the hell that is. I've never heard of them. So
we are currently at war. Wait, does Madron somehow own the stations that the Tarshim are in Tarshim territory, or like why do we have so
what's
many
happening.
ships
That's
there?
weird. Yeah, look at Console Union.
So
the
Tarshim. Wait, that's a Tarshim. Xbox is a Tarshim planet, right? No, maybe. I don't. Whatever. We need to finish this war. Bring the armies. I don't. Just start shooting at stuff.
I'm landing armies on just random planets. Hopefully, we're engaging some kind of.
Why don't we have a Colossus?
We're researching it now. It's in the situation log. 36 months, and we'll have the technology to make one.
Okay.
I honestly cannot tell who we're at war with.
Well,
Pleeble, Madron, and Excavator.
we gotta just go to the Madron systems.
Yeah, I guess so.
We have a.
The composer of Strands has bestowed his blessings upon us. We are randomly mutated.
No, is that good or bad?
I don't know. I don't see any mutation. I'm not certain.
All right, now it's time to see how the dragons do.
Are they fighting? Yep.
They're
almost.
about to fight. I have no idea, but it's a single target, which they seem to be good against with the super lasers. So, well, this is an interesting. All right.
I think they'll do well.
Yeah, they're fine. They got it handled.
Excellent. Gotta love those dragons.
They're good spot defense. Especially, like, I'm imagining them as clearing up, like, any star bases that get taken behind our line, stuff like that. They're really good against the single targets. They definitely struggled against, like, swarms of corvettes.
Yeah,
they just don't fire fast enough. All right, so let's shore up alloys. A lot of that's from naval capacity. Can't we slap down? We could have... how about we adapt the Sugalia starbase? That one can become just a star fortress of anchorages, maybe?
Take a look, yeah.
Because it's completely off the path. Like, we don't really want anything else there. How much capacity you get from an anchorage?
I think it's 2 each. Okay.
Wait, 2? That's nothing.
Well, it's hold on. Oh, here we go. We've unlocked, or we're all nearing unlocking the Colossus, and our options are to develop one or the other, World Cracker or the Divine Enforcer. I think we'll have the option to choose the other one later.
The Chocolat
Crusade
Church
begins.
will wage holy war on the galaxy.
Excellent.
Oh, I've got
Astral Studies
intel.
Network goes,
Wait, we don't actually
we'll perform
have
an
intel.
emergency measure of the.
They have a juggernaut. They have a fleet of
Galactic Custodian.
200k. We have a ship in their systems. And the zoom-in systems, we have a ship.
We do?
Yeah.
I've called the.
Oh wait, I think I can actually look at their ships. Wait, how do we not have intel? It's right over there. How do you not see
I'll
it?
I'll go check. Oh, look at one fleet, just one.
Oh, a single. Armored gift
that's weird.
basket.
We do not have enough intel to know their ship design.
Is it literally so high tech we don't understand it or something? Like,
I'll gather more information, maybe?
they look.
That's weird.
There's a lot of ships. There's like 200k. Over 2. Wow, it's actually over 300k.
That's
right in this
crazy.
system. Oh.
I'm going to give the Divine Imperium an active sensor link.
Yeah. Probably a good idea. Hopefully that...
Already has full sensor... Hold on, we have full sensor view of us. Wait, what?
Oh, what did they do? Maybe that was part of the Empire thing. Hold on.
Sensor view of the Divine Imperium. Oh, I guess they can see it. So we can't actually see what the design of their ships is, so we can't build against them in a cheap, like, kind of cheaty way.
What? But we went out of our way to get this intelligence.
I agree. We'll have to use espionage in order to find out more about them.
We need to send less shitty scientists next time. I don't know.
I guess so.
I don't. The scientists have not. They've been dropping the ball.
I think the Madron have been at war with the Tarshim this entire time.
Oh my god. The Madron need to calm the. Just give us. Once we get a Colossus. Are we building that Colossus, or do we need to research another piece?
Let me see. It's still not finished. 12 months
Our
ago.
10-year plan is almost up. How about our Science Nexus? How's that going?
Science Nexus requires far more alloys for us to finish it off.
How much is far more?
Another 15,000.
I see you selling off the consumer goods.
Yeah.
How much is
We're at 12K, but we're going to need those in 12 months in order to build the Colossus. We can. Chat's saying we can see the difference between shields and armor on these ships.
I will look at that. We can sell a little gas. We can
It's
sell
all
some crystals.
shields and no armor. All
They're got
hull and
Archon
shields
ships?
and no armor at all.
Okay. You can actually see the numbers?
On the left side, when you're taking a look at their fleet, the green. Actually, if you just scroll over it, hull points, shield, and hull. And
So they have
armor.
0 armor. So how do we
Yep.
design against that? Do you know how to design against that?
I do. Yeah, we'll go into the fleet. The ship designer will prepare our fleets for this.
Let's get that.
The
You
problem
get
is
that
we don't know
Science
what
Nexus.
their weapons look like.
I mean, we can at least refit our weapons, right?
We absolutely can, yeah.
Our operatives. Mission accomplished. Nice. But yeah. get
Take a
those-
look and see whether that means we get more information about them. What do we think? Is it missiles or is it?
We're at
is it
55
kinetic?
intel here. If we are in the same system where they fight, we can maybe get some more intel.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Let's see.
Missiles ignore shields. Let's take a look.
Maybe we can find. I'll keep an eye out for them fighting. Because we'll be able to see whether they're using laser or kinetic weapons at the very least, even if we can't see
Right.
what weapons. Like, they have different looks, right?
Which ones are better? Devastator torpedoes or whirlwind missiles? 33 to 48. Oh, wow. The torpedoes by a bajillion points. Okay.
I'm thinking our setup is, well, the Colossus is not part of our actual combat setup.
Special project complete.
I like, it looks like they're really focused on capital class ships, obviously.
Yep.
I don't even see, I think they're just all battleships. It's just all battleships. The fleets are essentially...
The Colossus project is completed. We're ready to...
Yeah, there you go.
To
Now
start that.
it's not a bluff anymore. I think Science Nexus first.
Okay.
And then Colossus. Because if they have 300k fleets way far from their borders, we're not under imminent threat.
Yep. Science Nexus is being updated. That's going to take 3,000
points.
days. So now we'll funnel
We
the
got
rest
10
of our...
years?
10 years,
Almost?
yes.
Oh my.
We'll do the rest of ours into the Colossus.
Sure,
Now for the
yeah.
ships, I need to do the ship designer.
Okay.
I want to see how this war is going.
Oh yeah, can we finish this war real quick?
I don't know what we
We
need
didn't
to
actually
take in
invade
order for the war
Xbox.
to end. Do we not?
Yeah, we don't have we might have the armies over. It's only 85 armies.
Where did our other armies go?
In our sleeveys. There's army there's 800 at Sikon.
They may have... No, they couldn't have lost. I don't know what happened. That's weird.
Okay. Knock out this perk and then spend 2 minutes designing the ships.
Uh-huh.
Spend the next year designing our ships.
Ship designer. Destroyers. We're going to replace all of these with physical. That looks good. Cruisers. Cruisers have several missile slots. We might actually invest relatively heavily into cruisers. strike-craft also. Let's see. But you trade off with point defense, huh? Shield penetration and armor damage. I think that's what makes the Gauss cannons stronger. Though we have the flagella.
I've screenshotted what I have of their ships, and I'm going to put in the chat the screenshot of all the intel we have on their ships.
Right.
Just in case we lose that information when they realize there's a science ship hanging out and there's stuff.
Yeah, right. What is their ship composition? Are they corvettes
Titans
or mostly battleships?
and battleships. That's about
Awesome.
juggernauts, heavy capital ships, essentially across the board.
Good.
And I think they're upgrading them even more.
Yeah, probably.
Their tracking is buffed. Their fire rate is buffed. Their range is buffed. I'm not sure how much of this has to do with, like, being by a defense platform or not. Yeah, they have 7,900 hull points and 4,300 shield. Wait, was that 4 Titans I saw? Oh my god. They have 10 Titans.
10 Titans?
Yeah, they're splitting them now, but for a moment I saw 10 Titans in a fleet.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
We want kinetic artillery for this, right? On our battleships. They do 195 to 585 and more damage versus shields. A lot of damage versus shields. In fact, they have a decreased damage versus armor, which makes them...
Yeah, they have 0 armor across the board in these fleets. I'm watching them rearrange the fleets right now. This science ship is huge, by the way. Like, the science ship...
This is crazy.
Oh my god, this fleet.
We're going to have to get a new Titan weapon here.
Yeah. We have maxed influence, by the way, so just start claiming everything.
Okay. Okay. And now what we'll do, although our can our ships just... Yep. We'll upgrade our entire fleet.
Yeah, our priority now is making sure our economy is intact. We can still build 2 more starbase, though. Influence. Get those claims out. Are you in the ship designer right now?
I was. I'm finished with it now. Okay.
All right, claims.
There we go. I didn't save. Didn't save what?
Didn't save the
Get
ship
out.
design.
That's saved. That's saved. No, it's all saved. It's all good. It's all good. I am gonna replace our defense platforms here with heavy stations with kinetic artillery.
2, 4. Their fleets are... They're partitioning their fleets into equal fleets. 24 battleships and 2 Titans per fleet.
Oh my god.
Amounting to 175k fleet power apiece.
We've appointed the Galactic Custodian.
The Divine Emperor?
Yes, the Divine Emperor. That happened real fast. We didn't even talk about it.
I mean, there's no more talking to be done.
If we set up fleets of corvettes exclusively, you think
I
that's
was
better
thinking
than
a
doing
screening swarm with some
Yeah.
focused long range, like either carriers or just like essentially missile cruisers or something, like missile
Yeah.
ships.
Okay.
Anything that, like, I don't think they're going to have much point defense, and they don't have much screening. I think our best chance is to...
Could you please report to the Galactic Council?
Oh, I guess we are talking about it. Probably
I
slow.
guess so.
Right. To the council!
we will be. Large announcement. So, if we could we please hear from the galactic custodian from the Divine Empire?
Yes! I've lost my accent. Let me get it back. Now, it's wonderful. Years ago, we declared that we would create the first galactic empire / Imperium. I believe we're working on that right now.
And the first step, or the second step, removing the term limits. Those get in the way of democracy. So that's currently on the agenda, but we're seeing big things across the galaxy, galaxy-wide. Everything is looking good.
So, how do you feel about receiving the trust of the galactic community? It was a unanimous vote.
Oh, yes, and I think we'll see that most votes will be unanimous from now on.
You seem to suddenly be a fan of democracy.
I love democracy.
I hate myself for doing that. So, we'd like to hear from the other empires on this historic day. So, the Imperial Chocolat Covenant. You have been a keen supporter of the Empire. Surely you must be happy that the Empire has absolutely gained this position of trust.
The ICC is happy to see that the Emperor has finally, after so many millennia, been returned to the throne. And we stand ready with fully operational fleets, battle stations, and border disputes that need some immediate solving to do the Emperor's bidding, going into the future of this great galactic community, this great galaxy, and this great empire.
And the Antharian Republic of Beautification. How do you feel about this?
I think as long as everything keeps getting more and more beautiful each day, we're in a happy place right now.
Perhaps you could help the custodian with some fancy outfits, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking, flowers, some pretty trees and stuff. I want to see beautiful stuff everywhere.
I like it. I like it. And finally, the Avarian Alliance. How are you feeling about this?
Wir freuen uns, euch mitteilen zu dürfen, dass wir mittlerweile die Technologien der Weltenzerstörung für uns entdeckt haben. Oh, sorry, I think we had some minor malfunction with the translation module. We like gifts. That's it.
Are we talking about flowers again?
No flowers, mate. Still not flowers. I really don't like flowers.
Why? That's weird.
Look, I love technology. We are half robots, and flowers die.
Yeah, but flowers only die if you let them. You're not supposed to let them.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. They're weak.
Yeah,
You're weak.
Fair.
You're weak.
So,
yeah, no. I mean, yes, but no.
It seems like there are maybe some cracks appearing in this galactic community, but we will allow that to happen. So, meanwhile, everybody, I will allow you to return to your galactic command centers. Thank you very much for joining us, and enjoy the rest of the game.